Okay. Baladale, I think the next one will be something of interest to you, because I know you said cabinet reshuffle is not important, but everyone will agree that the resurgence of Boko Haram has been a thorn. And it's been a question that's been in the media that, okay, is the stance, the fact that the president is not around, maybe has given them wings, so to say, to come back in full force, to stage a combat. And the vice president actually asked them to go back, the military chief, to go back to Borno State, and they've been there trying to address this issue. So do you think that with the sheriff in town again, that the Boko Haram thing is going to come to a final end?
Well, let me start by saying that I'm no longer stuck in the rhetoric that the Buhari administration performance is based on body language, because that is the whole idea of, because he's in town, things are getting done, things are not getting done. Boko Haram are still killing. The fact remains that when Goodluck Jonathan was during the twilight of his administration, his administration had a huge success when it comes to Boko Haram. At least when it was towards the election period, when the election was shifted, they had a massive success. When Buhari got into power, the momentum was maintained, and all of a sudden, I think there was a relaxation somewhere. They felt they had defeated them. They confined them just to Borno, and with or without now, there's no empirical evidence to state. But we know that after the Chibok girls were exchanged for undisclosed terms and conditions, the Boko Haram had a kind of increase in activities as well. Maybe they got funded, maybe part of the money they got, that's still based on assumption now. Maybe part of the money they got, maybe it aided the operation, so to say. But I think the major thing is that it's not about Buhari being in town, Buhari not being in town. I don't think, what I think really counts now is the armed forces ensuring that the same momentum they left, they reactivate that momentum. It's not about Buhari being in town, Buhari not being in town. He has been in town, it's not giving us more electricity.
Point
so
well noted. We'll join Ario in our Abuja studio, and now that the president has returned to Nigeria, do you think the resume or resign is still going to continue? Perhaps if he goes again on another journey for medical reasons, will you come back again to protest, or have you achieved your mission since the president has returned?
Of course, it's in phases, and we really strategized when we called it off at the Unity Fountain in Abuja. And we got some of our friends who also did similar thing in Lagos, and later the London protest, and which actually achieved a huge success. And I think, for me, it's even a plus for Mr. President and his administration that he listened to our yearnings, he listened to our plea, he listened to our protest that he should return to Nigeria, he should resume for governance. And it's going to be a very bad one on us as a nation for a president to be out for over 100 days, and there is no agitation in that country coming from the Yar'Adwa's experience. People are going to look at us as people who are unserious. So basically, I think it's a good one, and it's a plus for the administration that the president has returned now. For us, we're still exploring options. We believe that we should still go to court to test Section 144, because it is not because of President Buhari, it is because of the overall interest of Nigeria. We are going to also seek for the interpretation of the public service rule regarding 42 days that public officer, should be out, on the medical leave. So basically, we need to do that, because currently I don't think the National Assembly is interested in amending the Constitution, that's Section 144, to reflect whatever problem we're having on our hands now.
Okay,
if
so you're going to go to the court,
we're going to seek the interpretation of the court, because we believe that not everything must be included in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So,
Aria, we're going to come back to that conversation, but we're going to switch over to our Lagos studio here, and I'd like you, Ahmed, to address number 5 on our list of 8 things, which is the APC internal crisis. Now that Baba is back, is all going to be well? Yes.
APC is a new party, as far as relatively, is relatively a new party in this country, and having the party at the center, you know, with all kind of people with different ideologies coming together to form government. I think things like this are expected. Then looking at the overwhelming support and the victory that President Muhammadu Buhari got in their primaries, presidential primaries, there's no gainsaying in saying that, in concluding that he is a very strong unifying factor. He's a fulcrum in the party. So the fact that he's not around, bickerings were here and there. Don't forget, people came from the ruling party, then ruling party, now opposition party, to be part of this. And when he wasn't around, a lot of strategies, in fact, permutations were already going on for 2019 because he wasn't around. I can't conclude, or I can't say that, or infer that some people were even praying that he shouldn't return. But the atmosphere spells something like that. So I think with his return now, a lot of nerves will be relaxed, and I think the party will have a way forward.
Okay, we're still going to discuss restructuring, the economy, ASU strike, but we're going to go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll address these issues. And we also have our entertainment guest in the house. Do stay with us.